Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you hopped in the chat so early.
Hi,
I have
hi.
a special person, the best soul on earth I want you to meet. And she's been so kind to say she's going to come back already. So I'm dropping that bomb right now, holding you to it. This is Mandi Rose, you guys. You're going to learn so much.
Hi.
Angie's in the chat. Angie, we're just talking about how important it is to color code everything. Okay. So, you guys, I want to tell you a little bit about Mandi. She is a relational astrologer who has read hundreds, and I can attest to this, of birth charts. I know she looks like a baby, but she's got over 20 years experience, and her energy and frequency is so amazing. Like, this is why I call this cosmic connections, because just really short, we have a community market here. I didn't know her. She's got this amazing journal and her teas and everything we're going to talk about. And I'm strolling along, probably with a stupid hat and a ponytail, looking like crap. And I turn the corner and it's just like, wow, your aura, everything, just amazing. So I'm like, zoop, right to her. And I haven't stopped. Like and we're actually neighbors. But,
Mhm.
you know, it's that soul connection, Mandi, where we're not doing things constantly at all. But when I see you, it's like, baby, and we can
Soul
catch
hugs.
up in 3 minutes.
Yes.
So I wanted to tell you guys about that. It's so cool. But I also want you to she's got some really unique gifts when it comes to relationships of all types. So I want to explain that when she looks at your birth charts, it's really about love, family, business partnerships. She knows how to harmonize your energy with the people around you, because great relationships don't just happen. I mean, we get the vibe, but eventually you're gonna hit some cosmic weather, which is what you really help people navigate in their charts. And she's also the creator, and you guys know how much I love this. And I believe the first one I got when I saw her beautiful aura, and you read auras too, she's very psychic as well. So when I talk about astrology alchemy, she's blending everything and her experience. She is a Virgo and she's so holistic, so much to share. But I love this journal, and this will really make it easy for you to align with the cosmic cycles, no matter where you are in your knowledge of astrology. You're going to find this amazing, really helpful. And oh my God, I could go on forever. So I'm going to let you just roll. We're going through this Venus retrograde. She has a free support group on Telegram. And I'm just going to let her tell you about all the things, because season, girl, let's go. Let's go.
I love it. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much for that. And
You're
yeah,
welcome.
I agree. The day that I met you at the market, I was like, oh my gosh, someone who gets me, right? I moved to a new community and my whole life fell apart. I'll kind of start there, like with how I got into astrology and why relational astrology and what that actually means.
Yeah.
Um, and I had moved to like this new neighborhood. I left all my friends behind, in a different city. And then to kind of make these connections that felt really cosmic, divinely guided. And all of a sudden now, been 3 years and here we are doing the magic of the world together. So thank you for having me on. And thank you to everyone who's tuning in, whether you're catching the replay or joining us live. I love interaction. I love relationships, hence the relational astrology. So if you have questions, I love to support anyone that's on live. If you're watching the replay, like drop any questions. I will always come back and answer them. Oh, I love my journal. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you love it. I'll talk a little bit about it too. But yeah, any questions you have about astrology, relationships, anything when it comes to the astro weather, I am here to help and guide. I got into relational astrology back in 2018, 2019. I've been into astrology, reading charts, understanding astrology for 20 years. Literally, I was probably 17 years old, and I got like all the astrology books, and I was like a self-proclaimed witch where I would do my little spells and everything. But little did I know that this was literally like past life stuff. Like I knew how to read charts in past lives. I just didn't realize it in my teenage years. And so I just went through as like a hobby, right? As everyone reads their horoscopes and learns about astrologies as a hobby. And I went through my dark night of the soul in 2018, got really, really sick, was bedridden, couldn't read, write, drive a car. Like my whole life just came tumbling down. And so I really leaned back into astrology and my birth chart and the cycles that I was going through and the Saturn return. It was the infamous Saturn return, of course. I had gotten married during my Saturn return, which do not advise. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Wait till after. You will be a different person and you will desire and see the world in a different way. But yeah, I was going through this whole challenging crisis. And then my husband left me while I was sick, which was really heartbreaking. And so now I'm looking at his chart and I'm trying to see like, maybe we can get along better if I understand his chart, and I'm diving into the relationship aspect of our marriage and who I am and who he is. And it fell apart anyways, because it was meant to. And through that, my psychic gifts opened up. And I read a chart for someone right during this period. You're at your lowest of your low. You're literally surrendering to God at this point because you're so unwell. And I read someone's chart, and like I'd done many times before, except for this time, I'm reading her chart and 40 minutes goes by. We're in an Uber. We're literally in an Uber to go to a bar. And I'm like reading her chart in the back of the car and I'm just going on and on. And all of a sudden, like we get to our destination. She's got tears in her eyes. And she's like, how did you know all of this? And I was like, what did I just say? Like it was the weirdest sensation where all of a sudden I was like, I don't remember anything I said.
That's so me.
It was like the divine energy took over and just like looked at her chart and just knew all this information. So here I am now, like coming out of this dark night of the soul. I'm now single, getting divorced, getting my life back together, finally finding a job again. I'm finally feeling healthy. And now I'm like, and now I'm psychic. What do I do? Like, what am I going to do with my life? And this was literally before the pandemic, like 6 months before pandemic. So I'm like, well, I have to do something with astrology now. Like I have to pivot, right? And so actually that is how the first edition of the Astrology Journal came to life, because in that cycle, people witnessed me get really sick. And they witnessed me navigate this divorce where I literally came out on the other side, like tenfold better. I actually met my man who I'm with now. It's been 6 years we've been together. I met him 4 weeks after my husband left me. 4 weeks. It was the day Uranus entered into my relationship house. And I was like, too soon, nope, too soon. But I had the wisdom of astrology from the day I met him. So I was learning his chart. And I was like, is this a guy I actually want to date? Like, I'm looking at his like future cycles, like 10 years from now, what drama might be unfolding in his life. And I'm like, can I handle that? Is it in alignment with my cycles? Like I went into this relationship, 2020 vision, human perspective and the soul perspective, the astrology awareness of his chart. And I come out, people are watching me unfold. Now I'm like in this new relationship, moving to Apollo Beach. Like my health is better than ever. I'm doing astrology. And they're like, how did you do it? And I was like, let me go back to the journal I was creating for myself. Every new moon and full moon, I'm journaling, I'm taking notes, and I literally created the first edition. And I wish I would have it here because literally side by side, you can go to my TikTok and my Instagram. I'm going to have a side by side video. The first one was so janky, you guys. It was so janky. It was not colored. It was so like, just put it into motion, right? But it started helping people learn astrology, the new moon, the full moon, the retrogrades, the eclipses, like all the things that we go through every single year, but that's unique to us. And so it was like part educational, part interactive with the journal prompts, helping people kind of navigate their cycles. And here we are in the 5th edition, the 5th year. It is colored now. It's got so many updates. Like
it's amazing.
Really my soul. Like
I do love it too. And I wonder if I saw you maybe 2021 was when I first bought it?
It's right when we moved in. Yeah.
So
I think
that's so
yeah,
cool.
so
And then
wild.
it is. And I thank you for sharing all that personal stuff, But
It
what a journey. And then I've seen you grow so much. You offer so much to the community too. One of the first things that I also love about you, though, are the teas.
uh-huh.
And I do want to share that I have been to a few of Mandi's rituals, a cord cutting ritual, and a sound bath ritual. And when I tell you, she's bubbly and charming and just so vibrant and intuitive and intelligent, but you are so calming and healing. And it's beautiful. Her support groups and those types of things are just lovely. And then on top of all of that, you bring the teas. And
Yes.
based on transits, based on your sign.
Yep.
So talk a minute about that, and then we'll go into everything that's going on
Yes.
this
Okay.
week and
So
moving forward.
the whole relational aspect of it, right? It's like relationships that are romantic are very important to us. And we have relationships with everyone in our life. So I just find relationships to be the most important thing, whether it's with your coworker, your neighbor, your best friend, your romantic partner. But we forget about the relationship that we have like with the cosmos themselves. And so I love to see each planet, and you guys will hear me today as we talk about the current astrology, each planet as a life coach. Each one is coaching us and teaching us things. So I'm going to help you build that relationship with each planet. But we also have relationships with the zodiac signs, right? The cosmic energy. Our zodiac signs are just lenses. They're vibes, they're perspectives, right? Because like Leo, it's a total vibe. Aries, it's a total vibe. They're just vibes. And so I wanted to help people build the relationship with what's going on currently in the astrology. And the way that you can get in the vibe is by using herbs, which bring you the vibes. So I have all 12 teas that I created with a local herbalist. And it's so funny because she knows nothing about astrology. So I was like, okay, here's the vibe of Virgo. Okay. If I'm a Virgo, this is how I feel. Put me together a tea blend that when I drink it, I'm going to feel that way. And then we also added in one herb for each of the body parts that the zodiac sign rules. So,
Oh,
for
I love that.
example, we got the Virgo eclipse coming up, right?
Yeah.
So, the best way to navigate eclipses, because they're potent, they're going to take you by the hand and walk you to where you got to go. Whether you like it or not, you're going downstream. So, the best way to be in flow with the stream is to feel Virgo energy, to be on board with that wave. So, I've been drinking this Virgo tea all week, and Virgo rules the digestive system. It rules gut health. So all my Virgo sons like me, we got gut issues. We got health girlies. So the tea is a gut health tea, but the herbs really help with like the focus and energy and all the things that Virgos need to make the world better. So all week I've been drinking the Virgo tea. I'm doing a parasite cleanse for my gut. Like I'm here for the Virgo energy. Let this eclipse take me where it's got to go. And in 2 weeks, we've got another eclipse that's going to be in Aries. And so then the Aries tea is what I'll drink after next week to prepare for the astrological new year, the Aries sun season, the Aries eclipse. And so you can drink them based on the season. You can drink it based on your own energy or in partnerships. My little hack is if you have a romantic partner that's a different sun sign than you, like my man's a Sagittarius, I am not Sagittarius. So I'll drink his tea so I can be in his vibe, and I'll make him drink the Virgo tea so he can get grounded and earthy and be in my vibe. So
Oh,
that's
that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
love that. And then, well, I know you're going to touch on the parasite cleanse when we talk about the eclipse. So I don't want to get you off track, but you have just a wealth of information. So where should we go now? Do you want to talk about, what do you want to talk about for the support group?
I think we could kind of talk about the energy of the season because this is
Okay.
coming up in readings for me. It's coming up in conversations with people at the grocery store. We are in the wildest astrological weather this month, March 2025. than we've been in since the pandemic started. We had a very wild energy going on right before the pandemic started, January, February of 2020. And as astrologers, we saw that one coming, and we didn't obviously know exactly how it would play out, but we knew that was going to be like a life-changing month. And in the moment when the pandemic started, we didn't really understand the impact of how much it was going to change our world. We kind of just were like 2-week lockdown. Okay, this is kind of scary. And then it's going to pass and we're going to go back to reality, right? And we've never gone back to reality. March 2025, same vibe times 10. In the moment, it doesn't make sense. In the moment, we don't even understand that this is kind of like the pivotal energy that's picking us up and carrying us to another location or reality or timeline or experience or situation. You know, we're just in this month. And I keep telling people, if you make it through March of 2025, you deserve a participation award. Like, I should be giving them out and being like, you survived the astrology of 2025. So
we'll make one. We'll make one on Canva.
I need to. I'll give everyone in our Astro Weather Telegram channel one to print out and put on their wall.
Oh yeah, we got to remember to talk about that too. But go on.
It's big. So here we are. We're 10 days in, right? And it's like we can see it energetically around us in the world. So maybe in your personal life, nothing's really changed. You still have the same job, you got the same relationship, everything seems kind of cool and chill, right? Depending on your birth chart, you may actually not have like a personal shift, but everything that happens cosmically will eventually trickle down and affect you. So if this energy is affecting me, it's affecting you, it's affecting countries, it's affecting other humans and businesses and everything that has a birth chart. So outside broad scope, we can see things changing in our government. We can see laws changing. We can see banks and corporations and businesses are changing. Things are around us that will, in March of 2025, eventually trickle down and impact you down the road, right? So it's big and then it's personal. And so one of the biggest things, I already mentioned the eclipse, but is the Venus retrograde. This is the wildest Venus retrograde I've ever seen in 20 years of following transits and cycles.
Me too.
For a number of reasons, right? Venus retrograding happens every 18 months or so. And Venus retrogrades impact all the things that we love. She's the planet, the life coach that is always teaching us, what do you value? What do you enjoy? What brings you pleasure? What makes your life beautiful and magical? So we're talking relationships because that's what we love. Talk about our creative and our passion projects because that lights us up and brings joy into our life. We're talking about money. Who doesn't value money and love money, right?
Yes.
Material possessions, like all the things that you really prioritize in your life. And retrograde, our retrogrades are chances to go back, hit the pause button, right? No more moving forward, no more new money, no more new relationships, no more new. Let's stop and pause. Let's go back and reflect. Do we still value this? Do we still prioritize this? Does this still make our life beautiful and pleasurable? Or do we got to make an adjustment, a shift, a change so we can continue moving forward and it still brings us joy? And so all Venus retrogrades are kind of this reflection period, and it can really throw our relationships for a loop. Romantic, business, friendship, whatever, even with ourselves. Because all of a sudden we go, I'm not sure if I really value that as much, or I'm not really sure if we're aligned like I thought we were. Or maybe you have a change of heart, and that's where we see like exes coming back because we're reflecting back and saying, oh, I did value that. And so exes reach out because they now appreciate you in a way they haven't before, right? The question for you is like, but do I appreciate that? Would that make my life beautiful? And sometimes the answer is yes. And sometimes it's a solid hell no, right? Because you've gone so far down the road that you're like, no. But that always happens during a Venus retrograde. Every year and a half or so, we get this little cosmic redirection. Financially, it's really important because sometimes, and I always use this example, who here, tell me in the chat if you're here on the replay or live, you set up something, you buy something on a subscription, and it just keeps getting charged month after month after month. And then all of a sudden a Venus retrograde comes along and you're like, I don't even value Netflix. Like I haven't turned the damn TV on in 3 months, right? Or I haven't gone to that subscription, or I haven't gone to that class, or I haven't looked at the paper that I'm paying for every month, right? We all of a sudden pause and go, do I still value where my money's going to?
Yeah, that is so true.
Right. And so these are beautiful moments for us to course correct financially, or for people who are entrepreneurs. And I've been talking to my entrepreneurs a lot about this, is like, are you valuing yourself enough? Is it time to raise your prices? Is it time to readjust the value you give to the world? Maybe you need to up level your offer. Maybe you need to offer something different, right? What is the value, the exchange financially and energetically that you're giving and receiving? So
Yeah.
if everyone is doing this individually, imagine if everyone does this, how it shifts and shapes our connections interpersonally, community, county, like city, like all of it, right? So this is where we see businesses raise their prices. This is where we see stock markets start sinking, where people don't value certain companies anymore, right? Like these are not surprising things from an astrology perspective that are happening right now. So that's always the case. This one
Yes.
is meant to wipe slates clean. This is the Venus retrograde, where you have an opportunity to literally clear karma, start fresh, and just have this new beginning. Because where Venus has decided to park her little butt and go backwards is in astrology over what I call the karmic reset point. And this is really beautiful to understand. So it's kind of high level astrology. I'm going to bring it down because once you understand it, and I really want you to grasp it, so we're going to make it make sense.
Okay.
In astrology, we have all 12 zodiac signs, right? And the sun goes from Aries to Taurus to Gemini to Cancer. And a lot of people know the sun seasons, right? You know the month you're born. Every single year, the sun goes to Pisces, where it is right now in the sky. And it leaves Pisces at what we call 29 degrees. Each zodiac sign only has 30 degrees. It gets to 29 and it goes to the new sign. And every year when the sun goes to 0 degrees of Aries, it knocks on the door of Aries and says, I'm home. Here I am in Aries in the sky, right? In the constellation. We celebrate the spring equinox. We celebrate spring. We celebrate this energy of new life and new birth and new excitement, and the flowers are blooming and the crisp air is smacking our face and we're like, I can breathe again.
I know.
That is that reset point. It's the astrological new year. We've reset, letting the old year go. Bye-bye old energy, the stuck stagnant winter, and we are blooming again. So every year we celebrate this energy when the sun crosses the karmic reset point into 0 Aries. Other planets do this journey too. And when these planets hit that same point in the sky, it resets their energy. So when Venus does it, it resets, remember what she rules, the things that we love. It resets relationships. It resets our money and our finances and our budgets. It resets all these things. And it usually happens during tax season, because tax season is April 20th. And every year it's about this time that Venus crosses this point in the sky. So every year we do our taxes, we get new fresh money, we get a new budget, like we start over, right?
Well, I didn't do mine yet, but okay.
And that's okay, because not this year. You're going to wait till the last minute. My poor tax girl, my tax accountant, she's also in our Astro Weather Telegram, and she understands that she's going to get bombarded after the Venus retrograde with everyone coming to run to her. She's like, I'm really slow right now. And I'm like, it's a Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde, girl. It's going to be late this year. Everyone's going to file an extension.
I think I need her number.
She's fantastic. Oh, I love her so much.
Okay,
So,
I'm going to reach out about that.
Yes. So going back to this Venus retrograde, right? So where Venus in the whole 360 degrees of the sky decides to retrograde, meaning she crosses this point, the karmic reset point, every year. Every year we get a fresh opportunity to wipe the slate clean in our relationships and our money and creative projects. This year she's like, I think we're going to have to do that again. So she crosses it. Now she's retrograding back over it. And then she's got to get back on track and cross it a third time. That means this energetic reset 3 times, that by the time we're all said and done, and this won't happen till May, like this is a journey, you are going to be able to wake up in your relationships and it's like you've forgiven. It's like you are not holding a grudge anymore. There's no more resentment. It's like you literally just wake up and you're like, I don't even care. Either I want to keep this relationship and I want to continue building it and I want to start over, or I'm like, I wiped the slate clean, I've forgiven, but I've moved on. And we're able to do that with our finances. And unfortunately, I think that comes with kind of this market reset that we're seeing happen, right? And it's reminding people that you've been buying things and spending money on things that you don't really value, all the trinkets and all the material possessions. So it's just part of the process. But this one is super powerful. And because I knew it would be powerful and people's relationships are getting wonky and their money's getting wonky and they don't know what to do or what they love anymore, I started the Venus Retrograde Support Club. So it's free. This is a free offer I'm doing. It's just during the 40 days and 40 nights, the most spiritual retrograde we have. And come join us. We're literally vibing on all the things that are happening in our life. And I send voice memos every day being like, today, like literally today as we're talking, Venus is with Mercury in the sky. And our head and our heart is starting to align because Mercury's our mind and Venus is our heart. And we're having to align the values and what we prioritize and what matters to us. And we're having to mentally communicate them and speak about them and learn about them and think about our money and make decisions and use our minds to connect our heart. So that happens today, but Venus is busy. She's got a lot going on in her retrograde. So I'm going to support you, tell you when to take action, when not to do anything. I'm always in there texting people back.
Idea. Such an amazing idea, you guys. And it is on Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like some of you, I have to download Telegram and just get on there and do it because I would love to be a part of this support group too. So that's amazingly gracious and so supportive of you.
I love it. I love bringing people together and reminding us that, again, relationships, we're not alone. Like I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. Does it look a little different? Of course. But, you know, we're all kind of going through this season together. And that's what we do in my main Telegram channel. It's called the Astro Weather Report. And every single morning I voice memo the family and I'm like, hey, today this is happening. Don't do this. Or today I sent like journal prompts, like the message from each of your planets, what they want you to know and reflect on. So it's a journal prompt from each planet. And I'll do that once in a while. But I wanted to kind of have a separate space just for the Venus retrograde because it's a lot. So
you'll love the community. A lot. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm assuming it's pretty simple.
Oh, it's so simple. Yep. You just go to the link on the link tree that you guys see, and it'll be right at the top. And you literally, it'll open to a web page and you just click join. If you're coming in from like a social media platform, I've realized that they don't like to link to Linktree. So you just have to open it in your browser. And then if you open it in your browser, it'll pop right into Telegram and come hang out. There's different tabs for relationship drama and things you can vent. Things for money. If you have creative projects that you're working on and you'd love some feedback and some ideas and inspo, we've been bopping in there back and forth. And then you'll see the tab where I send the voice memos. And right now, Venus is going into the underworld. So I talk about that and how to see it like visually going out at night and witness her every night going into the underworld. It's so beautiful.
I have been, but now she's going to come up in the morning, correct?
When she comes out from the other side, at the end of the month, she will be a night star and going to a morning star, which I talk all about how to actually watch it in that voice memo. So cool.
Okay, that is so cool. All right, so now with all of that going on, we're going into, well, do you want to talk about Saturn conjunction or eclipse or?
Yeah, that could it's perfect segue. So,
okay,
like we kind of mentioned, March started and I'm like, March is crazy, you guys. And you're like, but nothing's really happened yet. Well, the first 10 days, that was kind of like, buckle up, rest up. We are ending, remember, we're ending the astrological year. We are 9 days away from the new year. 9 days away, right? So we're getting ready to purge, release, let go, clear. Think of this as like December, end of December, you know, the week before January, and you're like, new year, new goals. I'm so excited. Like I'm clearing my house and I'm cutting this out.
We need the whole calendar we need that changed. Like it drives
me
nuts.
I know. Especially this year to not feel very January in January.
No.
But let me tell you, April's going to feel like the new year. April, it's like you are like, I'm ready. Like, let's go. So we're in the last 9 days of the astrological calendar. We are letting it go. We've got a Venus retrograde, so we're reflecting on all the things we love. And then tomorrow we have the Sun and Saturn conjunction. And for many people, they hear that and they go, cool. What does that mean? Like, should I be scared? Like, what does it mean? So wherever the sun is, the sun heats things up, right? The sun is potent. It's vital. It's going to shine a spotlight on something. You're going to see something bright as heck, even if it's the middle of the night, if the sun is there. Saturn, I think of him as our tough love dad. And wherever Saturn is, he's going to be like, did you do your homework? Are you being responsible? Are you being committed? Are you being disciplined? Are you doing what you need to do? Right? That nagging energy we all feel, that we know we need to be responsible, but we're like, I'll do it later. And then boom, smack you in the head with a lesson, right? That's Saturn. And so Saturn has been in this energy of Pisces, and he's trying to teach us to be committed to our energetic body, our mental health, our emotional health, our emotional intelligence, controlling our emotions. He's teaching us about spirituality and clearing and cleansing our aura and protecting our vibe and all of the Piscean things. So he's been working on this, but now the sun shows up, and the sun is like, let's heat the lessons up. Let's make this potent. And so as we move into the eclipse, which is happening on Thursday, it's bringing this awareness that our physical body and all the things happening physically to you, the ache, the pain, the irritation, all of that has an energetic component. It's the thoughts that you think, it's the emotions that you carry, it's the neglect of the physical things you need to be doing, to be committed, to be disciplined. And so it's kind of these potent lessons coming up around the eclipse of what needs to change, what needs to be released. And we're having an eclipse in Virgo. Virgo is all about habits and routines. So where are you sabotaging yourself? Where do you have these negative habits and these things that are holding you back? They're literally holding you back from your destiny. And Saturn Sun conjunction, literally in preparation for the eclipse this week, is like, get your shit together, human on Earth School. Do you not understand what it means to be human in a physical form? You have to have these micro habits and attention to the details, right? The thoughts that you're thinking and the ways in which you're protecting your energy. Like, there are so many people with health issues right now. Like, it is going to get stronger. It's going to get more potent because these are lessons of where you are neglecting yourself. And where you're neglecting these little things. They don't have to be massive. I've been health coaching for 15 years. So I always remind people it's progress, not perfection. You don't need to have a perfect diet. You don't need to exercise every day. You don't need to do anything all the time. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. And that's what Saturn's asking you to do this week, is figure out what's sabotaging and what new reality do you want to create, and what habits need to go with you and what ones need to be left behind. So that's kind of the big potentizing energy that's coming up right now.
That makes me want to tear up a little bit, because I just feel like this whole new thing with you is kind of like part of that. So that's cool. Yeah. Okay, but go on. I want to know the things that you do for this Saturn Sun conjunction and moving into eclipse season. Parasite cleanse, all that stuff. Do tell yes, if you don't mind sharing your magic.
I don't mind at all. So the first thing I'm going to say is, if you know astrology and you know your birth chart, and if you're joining us live, you can drop your rising sign. I can guide you here live, or if you're watching the replay, put your rising sign and I'll text back a little thing of something to kind of pay attention to. You want to look where Pisces, the zodiac energy of Pisces, falls in your birth chart. What house, what area of life does this represent for you? Because this is the area of life where you are currently learning your toughest lessons. This area of life feels like it's blocked, and there's obstacles and there's challenges. And Saturn, Daddy Saturn, is like, how bad do you want it? Are you still going to commit when like the things get hard? Are you going to look at the long-term success of this instead of like the little tiny wins, right? Are you open to long-term rewards instead of instant gratification? And so this area of your life is like being really harshly kind of jabbed at. And now the sun is going to bring more potency to that. And the sun is going to say like, this lesson is going to get stronger. And what I love about Saturn in this area of your chart is, if you learn the lesson and you get committed and you do the damn thing, Saturn is Lord Karma. He's going to reward you. The universe will back pay you. Yes. But if you avoid it and you don't do your homework and you fail the 8th grade, not only do you got to repeat the 8th grade, but now you're grounded for the summer, right? Now you're grounded. So that is really important to understand about the Pisces area of our chart. So I love, someone put Cancer rising, Pisces is the 4th house. Huge, because when we're looking at fourth house is the fact that fourth house represents home and family. And when we have Saturn journeying here, it's really about getting committed to your home environment, creating that sanctuary. This must be your safe space. So I want you like decluttering. I want you dusting behind the things you haven't dusted in forever. You might find a leak. You might find a crack in the wall. You might have to pull out your sofa to dust under the sofa, and you find that there's a little ant infestation, right? Like, this is what Saturn says. He's like, it's time to get committed, and it's time to do the things that are hard and it's uncomfortable, right? People are like, well, if I move the sofa, then I have to move the lamp, and then I got to do this. So I'm not going to do it. And Saturn's like, do the hard thing. Because if you do, it's going to help bring, the healing and the clearing. And so I would definitely say if you have Pisces in the fourth house, it's all about your home, your environment. If you're renovating, if you're doing DIY projects, maybe you got to make some tough decisions about selling your home and downsizing. This is a cycle. Started in March of 2023, and it's going to be here till May. So we're in the tail end of really getting this ramped up. I'm going to look and see what other people said.
Pisces Aquarius rising.
Aquarius rising. Oh, my Aquarius rising. You got Pisces in your money house. So we are talking about Saturn teaching you the toughest lessons right now around your money. So all the things I just said, it's about you really getting your budget money watertight. Like, I want you to know where every dollar is coming in, where every dollar is going out. And this is hard because typically where Pisces is in our birth chart is the area of life that we were born to look at with rose-colored glasses. The Pisces area of your chart for every single one of us is the area of life where you get delulu. You're like, whatever, it's fine. Rose-colored glasses. Like, we're literally looking at it like we're on acid. We're like, we don't see it clearly. So for my Aquarius risings, you look at your money like this. You're like, rose-colored glasses, who cares? It doesn't matter. Until Saturn shows up after 30 years and is like, not now, sister. Now you got to get committed to your budget. Now you got to get disciplined with your money. Now is the time that you are going to lay the foundations and do the hard thing when it comes to your income sector. And
that's affecting me. And we're going to talk about that privately because it's my second
it's
Saturn
getting more potent. It's
Saturn at 29 degrees too.
It's getting more potent. So right now, this Pisces area of our chart is we're going to have to commit a little bit more than we've ever committed before to the things. I saw Leo rising. So my Leo risings, you're going to have Pisces in your, just doing the math, Pisces in your 8th house. And the 8th house is money as well. That's like debts, taxes, loans, wills, inheritances, money that people owe you, money that you owe to banks. This is investments, stock portfolios, all that like uncomfortable money thing that ties you to and with other people. This is where you got to get locked down. What's
interesting too about Angie here? I believe she wants to sell her house too.
Getting out of debt, right? Selling it out of the bank, no more like shared finances, making those tough decisions of money and connections, debts owed and loans. Anyone with Pisces in the 8th house, you don't like to always talk about the uncomfortable things like writing a will or, setting up a trust or doing your taxes. It's like, rose-colored glasses. I'm so delusional. I cannot see this. Like, this is so uncomfortable. So for you, my 8th house Pisces people, this is your time. Like, we got to get in there because we got an eclipse coming up, right? So this is all leading us now to what's happening on Thursday with the eclipse. The eclipse is highlighting and illuminating the bad habits, right? Again, Virgo, habits and routines that are holding you back from the best, juicy, magical part that the Pisces area of your life could be.
Okay.
So let's say the money area, right, is like Pisces for you. And so you got to get in there in your budget and look at your money and make tough decisions and cut this out and maybe create a second stream of income and do all that hard work that Saturn's asking you to do. But the habits around that and the routines around that. So it's like maybe every week I sit down on Saturdays and I look through my budget and I double check and I cross my T's and dot my I's and I'm going to do the hard thing. And now, because of the eclipse and you've sucked away that negative energy, the negative habits around your money, now the Pisces, the magic, the juiciness that Pisces is, the delusion, the vision, the imagination, all of that gets to explode in your Pisces house. Like, it's going to, the universe will back pay you. You just got to do the thing you need to do at the time you need to do it. And the universe tells us when to do it. We're just out here on Earth school, like, okay, I think this is what I'm supposed to do. We're just figuring it out.
So you give the best advice, like, the spiritual advice, and I'm going to tell it to you. This is what you got to do in your daily life. I'm not
Saturn,
but you don't sugarcoat shit. You don't sugarcoat anything, and I'm
like, you know what? I don't take it personal because I'm not Saturn. I'm not the a-hole in the sky. I'm just giving you the message. Okay, you do what you want. Like, it's happening whether you want to listen or not. It just is
a-hole. Oh, look, yeah, she wants to move to Florida. Come live with us.
Yeah, if that's Pisces in your 4th house, that could very much be in the prospect as these planets are retrograding and coming in and out.
Angie's Leo rising, so I think she had the 8th house.
8th house. Yep. Yeah, definitely. Especially as Saturn moves into Aries, which will be your 9th house of travel and exploration and your bucket list. And the Aries area of our birth chart is going to get juicy. And we'll kind of lead it from this eclipse in Virgo to, in 2 weeks, we're going to have the second eclipse in Aries. And this is like when we get to that eclipse in April, I'm telling y'all, we are going to like the next dimension, the next chapter of our lives, the next timeline. Like, I want you to energetically think of this. This is how I explained it to my mom. And my mom is like my biggest supporter. And I don't think she really understands astrology, but she'll listen to all of it. And then she'll be like, oh, I love that. So this is how I explained it to her. We are in this ecliptic portal. We are in the astrology of March 2025. Okay. And there's a lot going on just in like this 30 minutes. Venus retrograde, the eclipse, Sun and Saturn. This is happening. Another eclipse. Mercury's going to start retrograding. Like it's a lot. So you're here in your reality, your relationship, your career, your friends, like it's all here. And as this astro weather starts picking up, it just starts moving and grooving. And this is happening and that's happening and this is happening. And it's going to feel like this tornado around you. The world, your friends, this person's getting divorced, this business is shutting down, like your partner's getting laid off, and you're like, that's what it's going to feel like. Okay. Yeah. So what's happening with a tornado is the tornado doesn't just spin, it moves. So what's actually happening is while everything is spinning around us, we don't actually realize that it's literally picking us up and moving us into a new chapter of our life, a new timeline, a new reality. Like all this is moving us. And when we get to May, we're going to land. We're going to land and and the tornado just drops and everything is in place where it needs to be. The new relationship, the new career, the new this, and like we just navigated like blindly day by day till we get to May. And then we look around and we're like, the world is different. The stock market's different. The government's different. The rules are different. The business is different. The relationships are different. Like people are here or people are no longer here. Like, where am I? What is life? And this is
where's Dorothy?
Literally, we're gonna be like, huh. And then
the house on top of me.
Yeah, like we're like, what is happening? And the rest of the year is us just figuring out what just happened. And because so much is happening at once, and I kind of explained it to my mom, it's going to take us 6 months to get our bearings again. Like, when there's like news, only so much news can fit in a newspaper, right? A lot is left out. But
girl, I'm a former journalist. Don't even get me going on how
so much left out.
Shitty it is.
They're only trying to find like the most important things to bring to you in like a 30-minute segment. The problem is right now, we need like 5-hour segments just to get people caught up every single day. And that's just not possible. So it'll be like August and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know so-and-so's dog died. I didn't even know they got divorced. I didn't even know they had a baby. I didn't even know that business shut down. I went to my favorite coffee shop. It wasn't there anymore. Like, it's going to be like 6 months of like, what happened? Like, what reality am I living in? Because we couldn't even stay on top of it as it was all happening. And that's going to be this whole, like, I'm out on the other side and I'm like, it's a new life. It's like a baby, like a toddler walking again and like touching things and being like, oh, that's still there. Oh, that's no longer there. Oh, that I like this, like that's what's happening here.
Explain that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
in a
I love you.
nutshell. Hence why the Telegram channel is going to be so vital for everyone as we move into the astrological new year. And we're having a huge party. So come join us. We are literally going to be partying on March 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. I'm going to do giveaways. Our whole Astro family is going to be there. We do giveaways for best dressed, like come best dressed for the astrological new year party. It's so fun. We have a vibe.
Best dress, like a
Oh yeah.
theme or
Oh yeah.
fancy?
Yeah, we're
Or
on Zoom, so people like really get into it, you know? Like last year, this girl had this like huge cosmic shirt on with like all these stars that she decorated. We all vote as a group, and I was like, all right, solid win right there.
that is so cute. I'm circling right here. And you have Happy New Year on the calendar.
I do.
So cute.
I do.
So you guys do, if you go to Linktree, you can join the Telegram group through there.
Yeah, you'll see the Venus
we'll,
Retrograde Support Club. That's on Telegram. That's for free. We're doing that 40 days, 40 nights. That'll end in April. But the other Telegram is called the Astro Weather Report. And that's where we hang out every day. I do workshops and webinars and daily voice memos. And we also have a group chat. That's where we're going to celebrate the astrological new year. And I do a free 7-day subscription because I want to make sure it's a fit for you and it makes sense and you enjoy it. So that's actually going to get taken away in the new year. So after March 20th, there's no more 7-day free trial. It's kind of like, are you in? Let's go. So take advantage of it. If you're catching this now, like just click it, 7 days free. And after that, I only charge $11.11 for the whole month. Like it is a steal of a deal to hang out every day and get your report.
It is. And talk about some of the real life stuff that we need to know. Like, go do your budget and all that kind of stuff. Also, can you touch on the parasite cleanse and things you're doing for this?
Yes.
Because I love all of your holistic knowledge as well.
So the biggest thing with Virgo, right? We kind of mentioned Virgo is the energy of the physical body, health, wellness, daily habits, routines. So when we're dealing with the energy of Virgo, we're really kind of dealing with purification and cleansing and improving and perfecting the physical form. Opposite Virgo is Pisces, where the sun is and Saturn and the North Node and the Venus retrograde and the Mercury retrograde and Neptune and all the planets in Pisces. So Virgo, physical. Day-to-day, mundane habits, routines, all the earth school stuff. Pisces is the behind the scenes. So Pisces is the mental health, the emotional health, the energetic health, all the things operating behind the scenes that we don't see while we're doing the day-to-day on earth school. So when we're having this eclipse coming up in Virgo, sun in Pisces, moon in Virgo, it ties these two together. And the eclipse opens up the portal of like, we have to look at it. And so a lot of us are doing cleansing in our Astro Weather Telegram channel to prepare for this eclipse because eclipses are full moons and full moons on steroids. And we know that around full moons, our bodies feel the energy and parasites are very impacted by full moons. They love full moons because during a full moon, so think of it this way. Our body operates in circadian rhythms. We are women, we are lunar cyclers, 28 days-ish, right?
Yep.
And so parasites are also cyclical by 28-day cycles. They lay eggs every 28 days. And they determine when they lay eggs when our immune system is weak. And our immune system gets weak when we don't sleep. And we don't sleep during full moons because our eyes are thinking it's the sun and we don't release as much melatonin. So that's why we all are like lunatics around full moons where you're like cannot sleep and we feel irritable because we don't have as much melatonin. And so parasites are like, yeah, immune system's bad. And they irritate us and they make us all cranky and they come out to play. So you want to parasite cleanse around full moons. That's when they're out partying. That's when I want to get rid of them. So that's any full moon ideally, but eclipses are going to make that more potent. And when it's in the energy of Virgo, which deals with gut health and habits and the physical body, I know that most people are going to have health issues coming up. They're going to have rashes, itchiness, lack of sleep, pain, irritation, digestive issues, all the gut health stuff going on, heartburn, diarrhea, like all these things are going to come up around eclipses, especially in Virgo. So if you notice through the rest of the week, things are getting wonky physically, it's the eclipse, and it's oftentimes parasitic. So I was like, I'm getting on my parasite cleanse. I started on Sunday. I'm taking my tinctures. I take my capsules.
What do you recommend in the tincture?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. Honestly, it really depends on what you have going on health-wise. It depends on like where you're at in your health journey. I'm doing like a high potency one, but I've been
a consultation with you would help.
I would say like, let's just vibe chat one-on-one. If you're interested, there's still time to do it. You can even do really gentle ones. Like the Virgo tea is a great option. It's got some anti-parasitic herbs in it. So this is gentle. If you have done parasite cleansing or other parasite cleansing, or you don't have a lot of symptoms, but you just want to like do it to do it. I do like the cell core one, which is like, I mean, I've been doing it 5 years. Like this one rocks me even. So there's many in between that. And I'm happy to kind of guide you through it. But just know these are optimal seasons. And we're going to have another eclipse in September in the same area of the sky, Pisces and Virgo. So if you want to work your way up to it and kind of schedule it for September, I'm here for you. We can do this, and we'll talk about it in the Astro Weather Telegram channel. Just like we are now, we'll do that again in August and September. If you stick around with us, and maybe we'll do like a group cleanse, you know, a little bit more organized if people are interested.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll walk you through it.
And I'll definitely come get some Virgo tea.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's great to drink. It's got lemon balm. It's got licorice and fennel, which is really soothing for the belly when you have upset stomach. It's got skullcap, which is really good for focus and clarity, because gut health is brain health. Like second brain is the gut, you know, happy brain chemicals come from the gut, not the brain. So yeah.
Yeah. And they're so delish. They really are very fine, delicious teas. Everything you do is amazing.
All thanks to our herbalist. She is the master. I just give her the directions.
Oh my God. I'd love to meet her sometime and learn, you know, share her insights. And
she owns the Apollo Beach Wellness Spa. Wendy, have you met Wendy?
A little bit, but I didn't know she was such a good herbalist.
Oh yeah, she can make you anything.
Oh, that's so cool. Good to know.
Does anyone have any final questions as we're
do you guys, she's happy to answer some questions if you know, want to throw in again your rising sign or sun, because I'm sure there's a lot more to say even about the eclipse. My goodness, we have Mercury retrograde on the 24th.
No, Mercury retrograde is Friday. It's the day of the eclipse.
Friday, you're right.
And Mercury is the ruler of the eclipse.
Oh, go.
So the eclipse happens in Virgo, right? In the zodiac sign of Virgo. And if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you can watch this eclipse Thursday night going into Friday. Go outside around 1, 2 a.m. You'll see the eclipse. And it's happening in Virgo.
Red.
Mm-hmm. It's a blood moon. Yep. And blood moons are very biblical. Go reference the Bible on blood moons. It's very interesting. I think it's so applicable for what it mentions in the Bible for what's happening right now in our modern era. And Mercury is the ruler of the eclipse because Mercury rules Virgo. So his area of the sky, that's like his home. He's the landlord of Virgo. Anything that happens in Virgo, we got to play by Mercury's rules. You know, he's got his rules on the wall. He's like, got to do it this way. And so Mercury rules the eclipse. And on the day of the eclipse is the day he starts his retrograde. So the eclipse is going to eclipse out, force us to make changes to habits and routines, especially physically, that we know need to change, whether we like it or not. And then Mercury's like, now we got to go back mentally, reflect, review, relearn, re-understand what we need to be doing. So let's say health issue comes up. Now Mercury's like, we got to go ask doctors. We got to go research on the internet. We got to ask questions. We've got to review old labs. Or maybe the eclipse says, oh, you are running yourself ragged working 80 hours a week. So I'm going to take this job out of your life because you cannot have habits and routines like this. So boom, job is gone. Now Mercury retrograde is like, I got to go back and figure out what is my day going to look like now? What kind of job do I want? And what kind of habits do I want to work in the afternoons? Do I want to work in the mornings? Do I want to work, freelance and pick my schedule? Like that's kind of like the fact that Mercury is retrograding the day of the eclipse as literally the puppet master of the eclipse and what's happening to us and what's getting eclipsed out. So Mercury's kind of in charge this week. And remember, today, he's literally on top of Venus. So he's like, hey, Venus, what are you trying to teach the Earth schoolers? Are you trying to teach them what to love and value and prioritize? Cool. I'm in control of the eclipse this weekend. Let me go do my job with the eclipse. And again, our head and our heart are aligning. It's so crazy.
Angie asked, best month to move, partners Libra rising. And
partners. Okay. So 2 different questions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so kind of, because she's a Leo rising with a partner who's Libra, and they're going to move together.
Okay. So
in a way, I think she wants to know.
Okay. So what's her rising?
Leo
Rising with a Libra partner. Okay. Oh, partners Libra
and she's
rising.
Cancer, okay. Libra rising.
Okay. So Libra rising partner. Let me just do the math here. Okay. So Libra rising partner is going to have a lot of shifting of energy within relationships and having to get more committed to relationships after May. Like because Saturn's coming to your partner's relationship house. So after May, your partner is going to have Saturn coming to visit after 30 years, asking your partner, do you still want to be committed to this relationship? Does this still matter to you? Do you want to get more committed and more disciplined? So it could be someone like making the decision to anchor this relationship and make it stronger and saying, yes, I do want to move forward with you for another 30 years, whatever that looks like. And that's not going to start until May. And you're going to have that partner is going to have that feeling from May till about September. So I personally would wait to kind of see what presents itself with the partner. Are they trying to get more committed? How are they reacting to Saturn entering? And it's going to most likely be very favorable because Neptune will be there and there's other energies kind of making their relationship very dreamy for them. So it's going to draw them forward more than likely. But I would want to know that. So I would say kind of like September. And then for you as a Leo rising, you're going to have a Mercury retrograde in your first house of self this summer. So I feel like you're going to have reflections of what you want, what you desire, what you want out of your life with Mercury spending almost 12 weeks in your first house of Leo during Leo sun season. And so I think there's some questions you still want to ask yourself of like, what do you want your future to look like? What are your needs? What are your wants? What are your desires? So I just see both of you kind of going through a shifting of energy individually that affects the partnership. And I would want to see how that plays out before I committed to something huge like a move. So I would really say ideally and optimally, if I were you in your situation, and I don't know other aspects of your chart, and I'm doing eclipse readings, and we didn't mention this, but it's a good thing.
That's right. I'm so glad you did, because you have an awesome
I totally forgot about this. I'm going to be I never do specials or discounts because I'm a busy woman, but I knew that people would really be having a lot of questions around the eclipse. And so I'm doing these mini readings, 40 minutes. It's pre-recorded. I look in your chart. I look at what's happening now and what's unfolding over the next 6 months. And I just channel and brain dump with your chart. And then I send it to you via email and you can listen to the replay. And I'm doing them for $75, which is such a steal of a deal. And it can only do so many. So I'm booked for this Wednesday. If you buy it today or tomorrow, you'll get it immediately next Wednesday in your inbox. If I can get it before then to you, I absolutely most certainly will sneak you in queue this week. I think I have like 1 or 2 spots yet for tomorrow. So reach out. We'll get back to that. Okay. I just want to finish answering this question. Sorry. I'm so
glad. No, take your time.
I would say,
no
if
rush.
I were you, I would like energetically what's coming through is I would say the move should probably be like October. I would let the eclipse season play out in September, and October, you'll feel really confident and very clear.
They did
getting to a house together. He's a Leo sun. Yeah. I would definitely say, I know it might feel like you want to do it soon. And if you do it soon, just understand that there's going to be a lot of conversations that are necessary as these things unfold and what you like and what you desire. But I would say like ideally October, I think the market and I think our financial situation in the world is going to be much more beautiful in October, November. So if you can
That's a
hold
good
out
point.
till then, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but use your own guidance, you know.
Yeah. I just feel like both of you have a lot of stuff coming up in your chart, and we all do, but yeah, especially
Yeah,
the Leo.
yeah. I'm a Leo moon.
Oh, that won't be so bad. That won't be so
No,
bad.
no, but I'm a Cancer, so the cardinal signs are getting hit pretty hard right
Yeah.
now.
Do we have other questions? I didn't see any. I can't see them.
Let's see. No, I think everybody's just wow. They love you. They want to book with you. I think
Yeah.
we'll all be running to Telegram.
Come hang out on
And
Telegram. We'll put in like the description box the Stripe link if you want to get one of those eclipse readings. I'll just clarify. It's
it is
only
that on your link tree? Let me put that back up.
I'm not sure if, let me double check it's on the link tree, and I can add it. I'll make sure it's there.
I can add it to the description too. Or
Yeah.
whatever. It'll be there, y'all. We'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yep. It's only going to be valid for the month of March. It's $75, 40 minutes pre-recorded, brain dump all over your chart. I send them out on Wednesdays. So if you get it today and I can get you in queue for tomorrow, it will be in your inbox tomorrow. If you're in the queue for next week, I will get it right to you next Wednesday. And you're going to get so much info. It's a great way if you haven't had a reading with me to kind of get like a little bit of like a preview of what my readings look like, at least get you some clarification right here, right now. We can always do full readings later, you know, into your chart and all the other stuff. But yeah, I think it's really helpful for a lot of people in this crazy wild season we're in.
I know. You're so beautiful to share all your gifts and talents with everybody and make it all so accessible. You are a dynamo making this all happen too. And do remember, guys, reach out for the teas and things to help you just feel more balanced or sleep better or energized, whatever you're needing. You know, I love that. And even though we're a couple months in, this is still so cool to have and help you even daily figure out, oh, okay, what's coming up. And it's just really wonderful.
And I always say to people, even if you buy it later in the year, go back to the January and February astrological events and fill out those journal prompts. You usually can reflect back like what was going on in your life or answer it from even this current moment. I have a lot of my clients, they've purchased like 3-4 years and they love going back. And like when we have the full moon next year in Virgo, they'll come back to this year's journal and see how they answered, you know, to see what was going on in their life even a year or 2 years ago and have a point of reference as these transits and cycles often repeat themselves. So even if you get it later, take some time, go back and reflect and answer the journal prompts. And like I said, it's really educational. So you still get to learn throughout the year about each of the zodiac signs and the planets, even if the time has passed with the event.
And that's like the alchemy part of it. It's so cool.
You're welcome, Peggy. Thank you for the compliment. That's so kind.
I think they all really love you. Like, how can you not? How can you not? There was one more thing that you either offer in your charts or in Telegram that you were saying is color coded.
Yes.
What was that?
So in our Telegram channel, our Astro family, that's what we call ourselves, we meet at the end of every month and we plan our month ahead together. And so I put together, we go on Google Calendar together and everyone has like a separate Google Calendar. And I'll be like, okay, like the astrological New Year is March 20th. So you're going to put that in your calendar and we're going to color code it yellow because it deals with the sun. Or like today, we've got Venus and Mercury conjunct. So we put that in there and we made it green because green are lucky days. And then like days like tomorrow with the sun and Saturn, we made that red because red are days that we're like, eek, pay attention. And we do purple days are days where like the transits happen. So let me see if I can pull it up and you can see it, just kind of like a general overview. But we love to color code it. We love to kind of talk about the month ahead. People will say, oh, I want to launch this in my business. What do you think's the best day? Or one girl was like, I'm trying to get my dad to move to Florida. What's a good day to have a conversation with him about it? And so we looked at the calendar and I was like, definitely do it on this day, you know.
That
And
is
so
so helpful. I love it. And I know Angie's
this is
all
kind of
about
what it looks like. So it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, we color code each day. So people know like we're right here in the green and tomorrow's red. And then Friday, we got all 3 astro weather events going on. Like there's a lot going on Friday.
Is
So
red is like just
pay
stay home?
attention. Pay attention.
Pay attention or just stay home, don't go out?
It depends. It depends. Like tomorrow we can work with it, but this is what we talk about at the end of every month on Zoom together. And everyone kind of has a good overview of the month ahead. And I find it's more personal. I'm
Very.
relationship oriented versus making a YouTube video and, you know, telling the whole world. I love doing that too. But like, we want to get together as an Astro family. We really want to like know what's going on and sit there with our calendars and sit there together and ask questions. And, you know, as someone says, I want to get my dad to move to Florida, everyone kind of jumps in and they're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Or, you know, just, I'm just all about relationships. So come
I
join
know,
us.
and that those are really, you know, personal but really important questions and very hard family dynamics. Like that's a great example.
Relationships are the hardest thing that we have to deal with. Like they're the
They could
most
be your
important thing to us, but they are the freaking hardest things. And if we can just understand the current astrology, but I do a lot of one-on-one readings for relationships. Like that's really my jam. And I just did an astrology for lovers masterclass. So if you're in a partnership or honestly, if you're single, like I was when I got out of my divorce,
forever.
this,
I can't
this
believe
is
you
going to
had
help
something in 4
you.
weeks.
The class is like 10 times more powerful for single people because I teach you how to read your partner's chart. So when you meet someone and you open up their chart, you know exactly how they're going to react in a fight. You're going to know exactly what turns them on. You're going to know exactly how to communicate with them. And if you are in a relationship, it's a lot of my couples do the master class as a date night. So I have like questions and prompts throughout the class and you know, each kind of learning each other and pulling up each other's charts. So I have that also. I just did that for Valentine's Day. So it's kind of a new offer for me, but I've been
That's
doing
nice.
one-on-one relationship chart readings for a while. And I don't know, it's pretty magical to witness a couple sometimes when they're struggling or having like misaligned kind of energies, all of a sudden understand each other's chart. And they're like, oh, this is what you want from me, or this is how I can support you. And we take the pressure off. I mean, who wants to go sit in a stuffy therapist's office in a back corner room that's all dusty and be told how to have the best relationship? Like we're all cosmic beings now. We're at 2025. Like we're looking at relationships like energy. And I want to know exactly who you are. I'm not going to wait for you to tell me who you think you are in a therapist's office. Like I want the chart. I want to know exactly who you are.
I love that. I love that you said that. Like we can just stop right there. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
No offense to any therapists out there. Love you. Been there, done that. But yeah, this is
I
getting
ideally
real.
want to help therapists. Like my big vision, and I'll put it out there, is I want to help therapists incorporate astrology into their practice so that they can help aligned couples who are more spiritual understand each other and bring that also as a tool into their, you know, education and what they value. So
And I think it's important. Like I said, I've been single forever too. I mean, that is something that would be really helpful to understand why we are. Will it change?
yeah. Well, honestly, this
To
Venus
understand
retrograde,
yourself.
I made a video on TikTok. I think I reposted it on my Instagram. It's the Relational Astrologer, all platforms. I talked about how if you've been single for a long time and the dating pool sucks right now, this Venus retrograde is wiping the slate clean. Like the dating world and the way in which we date is going to look dramatically different again because the world is changing right now. And it's been a lot of
Please make
Pisces.
it better.
A lot of the dating has been this putting people on pedestals, showing up and impressing, being this like delusional version of ourselves. And then then we figure out who someone is when we take them off the pedestal. The new way of dating with this Venus retrograde is about authenticity and showing up in like your own real self, like advocating for your own desires and needs and like just putting it out on the table, you know, like a toddler under 7, like this is who I am, take it or leave it. And I think that authenticity that will start shifting into the dating world, we're going to see that with this Venus retrograde. So I have a lot of hope for my singles. Energetically, we're seeing a lot more couples breaking up than we are getting married right now, because we still are in this karmic reset of relationships being torn apart that aren't serving. So there's going to be more people entering the dating pool than ever before. Not that I wish that for anybody, but I also want people to be in aligned partnerships. And so as people are breaking up and getting divorced and, uncoupling, it's going to bring new energy into the dating pool as people have learned who they are and learned what they want, what they don't want, and then getting out of relationships and then coming in fresh. And so I think for my singles who's been like running in the background and holding out, now's the perfect time for you to like kind of learn about astrology and yourselves as you meet someone. It's like there's an instant yes or no. There's like I get it or I don't, right? So I have high hopes for you guys. I think there's some magic juiciness coming to my singles.
I love that you said that, even as old as I am.
My mom's 66 and she is like ready to enter the dating pool again. And I'm manifesting a man for her every day. I'm like scoping.
Oh, do it for me and your mom. I need to meet your mom.
Oh, you two would have such a vibe. You two would go out and have such a good time. You'd be turning men's heads left and right. You've been keeping her from me. You've been keeping her. She doesn't live here, but I'm trying to get her down here. I'm just like, is there a man that needs a woman? Because like I got a woman.
You got 2 women.
Oh, now I got 2 women.
Also, you guys, when I bring Mandi back, because again, she has agreed to come back.
Yeah, we will do like a month ahead kind of thing here. I would love to do that beginning of April.
It'll be so cool. But she's really well traveled too. Like I would love to dive into some of your experiences.
I do. I travel to a lot of my astrocartography lines. So my family lives in Germany and it's my Mars line in astrocartography. When I was sick and I was healing, I went back to my Mars line and healed from mold. We went to South Africa, which was on my Jupiter line. And oh my gosh, it was during my nodal return. And it was like, I could just go to Africa every day. It expanded.
I did not know that's why you were following astrocartography.
Well, it just ended up happening that way. And now that I've had enough data points of going somewhere, I mean, like this was my Jupiter line. It literally expanded me. Like, I mean, I can't even begin to that's a whole podcast episode.
We're going to talk about that because I know a lot of people, I don't know if Dawn is still in here. She's really into it too. Blah, 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 blah. Like everybody like
looking at your astrocartography lines, where you live, where like the best places for lessons and growth and love and all it. Oh my gosh. I love astrology. It's like once you start, it's just a whole. I'm getting into medical astrology now because I've been a health coach for 15 years.
Yes, I love that.
So my readings with people end up being like the most hybrid readings. Sometimes people want to know about astrology in their chart. Sometimes it's relationships. Sometimes it's health. Sometimes it's, making life decisions. Like I'm here to serve. I always ask in every reading, how can I serve you best today? And then we just go where we're meant to go.
Yes. All right. That's so awesome. I love you. And of course, Peggy goes, wow. That's awesome.
Thanks everyone for hanging out with us today. This was wonderful. Great way to spend the Venus-Mercury conjunction. My head and my heart are so aligned.
I feel the same way. I'm going to go run down the street and give you a hug.
Yay, I'm here.
I know. But you're busy. You're so busy.
Doesn't mean you can't knock on my door for a hug and a tea anytime.
Oh, love you so much. And I'm really on behalf of everybody here today and who will watch this, I hope. Thank you. I mean, your time is precious, your intuition, your knowledge, your love is just, it's so gracious of you to share your time with us. So thank you.
You are so welcome.
Love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. I hope I made everybody's day a little bit more magical. There's magic all around us. And I hope I was a little sprinkle of that today for you.
You are. You really are. See, her aura is just like, wow.
I'll see you all in Telegram.
Yes, you guys, let me put her link up as we sign off.
And in my link tree, you'll have the Stripe link for the eclipse reading. Grab it as soon as possible so you're in the queue. And if you have any questions, just email me. It's therelationalastrologer@gmail.com. So email me for anything.
Yeah.
Or on social media. Come say hi. I make weird TikToks and talk about all this stuff too.
They're not weird. They're awesome TikToks.
I'm here for it.
Oh, I love you. Okay. Thank you to everybody for being here. We love you so much. Thank you for your time too.
Yes.
And we are going to sign off right now.
Bye,
But we'll
everyone.
see you again really soon.
May
And
the
I'll be
stars keep
back.
guiding you on your path.
And I will be back for numerology live. I'll post an upcoming. I'll do it in the next few days because normally I do that today.
Ooh.
But I
Okay.
wanted you here.
Thank you.
Thank you again. And thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Have a great day. Peaceful evening.